So do not picture the money arriving. Picture the ordinary Tuesday afterward. Picture yourself paying something without the small tightening in your chest. Picture opening your account and feeling nothing at all, because the number is simply normal now. Picture giving something to someone you love, easily, without doing the math first. Picture the specific way you would breathe when you woke up and remembered you were free. That is a scene, not the lottery moment, the regular day on the other side of it. And here is the part that makes it work, the part almost everyone rushes past. It is not the picture, it is the feeling. You can visualize a mansion in perfect detail and feel absolutely nothing. And nothing will happen, because the image is empty. Imagination without feeling is a photograph. Imagination with feeling is a seed. So do not perform the scene like a task. Stay in it until something in your body actually shifts, until the relief is real, until you feel that quiet, unbothered confidence of someone who is simply not worried about money anymore. That feeling is the whole secret. When you can hold the feeling of already having it, you have already done the creative act. Everything after that is just the world catching up. Now, if you have been listening carefully, a question has been forming in your mind, and it is the most dangerous question there is. You are wondering, how? How would that actually happen? Where would it come from? What would I have to do? Which opportunity, which business, which lucky break? I want you to understand what that question really is, because it is the trapdoor. To ask how is to confess that you do not yet believe it. If you fully accepted that it was already yours, the mechanics would not interest you. You do not lie awake wondering by what mysterious process a sun will rise. You simply expect it. The question only appears where the belief is missing. And there is something else. Your conscious mind, the part asking how, only knows the routes it has already seen. It can only imagine wealth arriving through the 3 or 4 doors you already know about. But the deeper part of you, the part that actually arranges events, is not limited to your list. It can move through people you have not met yet, ideas you have not had yet, doors that are not visible from where you are standing. The moment you demand to know how, you shrink the possibilities down to what your worried mind can currently picture. And you have just made the miracle smaller than your own imagination. So the discipline is this: hold the end, release the route. Your job is the destination, never the road. And now let me say the thing you have been waiting for someone to say out loud. You have been checking. You have done the visualizing. You have felt good for a day, maybe 3. And then you looked. You checked the account. You counted the days. You scanned your life for evidence that it was working. And when you did not find any, something in you sank a little, and you quietly went back to the old story. That is the mistake I promised you at the beginning. That is the one that cancels everything. Because checking is not neutral. Checking is a confession. Every time you look for proof, you are announcing that you do not yet believe. And you are planting doubt into the exact same soil where you just planted the desire. It is like burying a seed and then digging it up every morning to see whether it has taken root. Not out of malice, out of anxiety. But the seed dies just the same. Faith does not consult appearances. It cannot. The whole nature of the thing is holding steady while the outer world has not caught up yet. That period, the one where you have assumed it and nothing visible has changed, is not the sign that it failed. That is the work itself. That is the only part that ever required anything from you. So do not dig it up. Let it be buried. Let it grow in the dark. So what do you actually do? Here is a practice, and it costs you nothing but a few minutes. First, the 2 doorways. There are 2 moments each day when your mind is naturally soft and open, and what you place there sinks straight down. The first is the last few minutes before you fall asleep. The second is the first few minutes after you wake, before the world grabs you. In those windows, you are not fighting your own defenses. So in that drowsy state, do not think about your problems. Enter the scene. Feel that it is already done. And drift. This did not find you by accident. Before we begin, I want you to notice something. Of all the things you could be doing right now, of all the places your attention could have landed, you are here, listening to this, tonight. And some quiet part of you already knows that is not random. Because nothing arrives in your life a moment before you are ready to receive it. And this is arriving now. So let me tell you what you have just found. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you the exact inner mechanism that decides what your life produces. Not motivation, not hustle, the mechanism itself. The one that has been running since the day you were born, quietly building everything you currently have, whether you gave it permission or not. And there is one small mistake that cancels the whole thing. Almost everyone makes it, usually within the first week, and they never find out why nothing moved. I am going to tell you exactly what that mistake is before the end, so stay with me. Because knowing the law without knowing that one mistake will leave you exactly where you are standing right now. Let's begin. Everything that has ever been built by human hands existed first as a picture in somebody's mind. The room you are sitting in, the device you are holding, the clothes on your body, the roads outside. Every single one of them was invisible before it was visible. Someone imagined it, held it, believed in it while it did not yet exist. And then the physical world assembled itself around that inner act. That is not poetry. That is the plain history of every object you have ever touched. And here is where it stops being abstract and starts being personal. That same process did not stop at buildings and inventions. It built your life too. Your bank balance, the kind of people who show up around you, the opportunities that reach you and the ones that never do. Look at all of it and understand what you are actually seeing. You are not looking at your life. You are looking at the shadow cast by everything you have quietly assumed to be true about yourself. Your outer world is not the cause of anything. It is the report. It is old news. It is the echo of assumptions you made so long ago you no longer remember making them. And that is why nothing changes when you only change your circumstances. You can get a new job with the same self-concept, and within a year, it will feel exactly like the last one. You can get money with the same inner story, and watch it leave through some door you did not see coming. Because the shadow always returns to match the thing casting it. So if you want a different shadow, you do not argue with the wall. You move what is standing in the light. Now here is where almost everyone goes wrong, and I need you to feel this one, because you have been doing it your whole life. You have been wanting. You want more money. You want the freedom. You want the security, the house, the peace of not checking the balance before you buy something. And wanting feels like the right thing to do. It feels like ambition. It feels like desire. And desire feels like the engine. But listen closely to what wanting actually is. Wanting is a statement about absence. Every time you say, "I want it," some deeper part of you registers the truth underneath it, which is, "I do not have it." That is the actual message being sent, not the wealth, the gap. And you have been broadcasting that gap faithfully every single day, and wondering why the world keeps handing you more of it. You have not been failing at manifesting. You have been succeeding at manifesting the wrong thing. Your life has been obediently reflecting the one thing you kept insisting on, which is that it is not here yet. And this is the turn. This is the whole thing. You do not get what you want. You get what you assume is already true. So the work is not to want harder. The work is to quietly stop wanting and start assuming. Which brings us to the practice itself. And it is simpler than you think, and stranger than you expect. You must stop thinking about the money and start thinking from it. Feel the difference in those two, because everything lives in that gap. When you think about wealth, you are standing outside it, looking in, watching it from a distance, still separated from it. And that separation is the exact thing you are impressing on your mind. But when you think from wealth, you are inside it. You are looking out at the world through the eyes of the person who already has it. Second, revise the day. Before you sleep, look back over the day. And if something happened that did not match the life you are building, rewrite it, replay it the way it should have gone. A conversation that went badly, replay it going well. A moment you felt small, replay it with your shoulders back. This is not denial. You are refusing to let a bad scene get filed as your permanent record. You are correcting the picture your mind is working from. Third, discipline what you say to yourself. Not the loud affirmations, the muttering, The automatic sentence you say when a bill arrives. The thing you think when you see the price of something. That quiet inner monologue is your true assumption speaking. And it is running all day long while you are not paying attention. Catch it. Change it. You cannot mutter lack all day and expect abundance to take you seriously. And fourth, move like the person you are becoming. Not recklessly. You do not need to spend money you do not have. But you can carry yourself the way they carry themselves. You can be generous in the small ways available to you right now. You can stop apologizing. Your mind reads your behavior as evidence, so give it evidence. Now let me tell you what actually happens next, so you recognize it when it starts. It will not begin with money. It almost never does. It begins with small, strange things that are easy to dismiss. An old contact reaches out for no reason. An idea arrives while you are doing something completely unrelated, and it will not leave you alone. Someone says something offhand that lands like it was meant for you. A door you had written off years ago opens slightly, and you will be tempted to call these coincidences. They are not coincidences. They are the bridge being built. The world does not usually hand you the end result. It hands you the next step toward it. And it hands it to you disguised as an ordinary day. So when those things start, do not let them pass. Notice them. Move on them. That is the moment where the inner and the outer meet. And it is where everything accelerates. And when nothing seems to be happening at all, when you have been faithful for days and the world has offered you nothing, remember what you are looking at. You are looking at the shadow of the old assumption. And shadows lag. They are the last thing to change, not the first. The evidence you are demanding is always the final piece to arrive, never the first. So let me leave you with this, and I want you to hear it exactly as it is meant. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you. It is waiting for the person inside you to become someone it can belong to. It is waiting on your self-concept to rise to meet it. Because the world does not respond to how hard you try. It responds to who you have quietly decided you are. And that decision is available to you right now, tonight, at no cost, with no permission required from anyone. So here is a challenge. Give it 30 days, not as a promise, as a demonstration. 30 days of holding the end, releasing the how, revising the day, and refusing to dig up the seed. 30 days of walking through the world as the person who already has it. And then look at your life and judge for yourself what moved. You were never behind. You were never unlucky. You were simply assuming the wrong thing, faithfully, for years. And you can change what you assume before you finish this sentence. You found this tonight for a reason, or it found you. Either way, something in you was ready, or you would have scrolled past it like you have scrolled past 1,000 other things. So do not let this be another video you agreed with and forgot. Close your eyes tonight before you sleep and step into the end. Feel it as already done, and then let it go and sleep like someone who has nothing left to worry about. If this reached you, leave 3 words in the comments. It is done. Subscribe and stay with me, because the next one goes deeper into what happens in those 30 days and the moment where most people almost turn back. Your life has been waiting on one decision. Make it tonight.